Hello peeps, how's it going? This is the Hillbilly Halfwit, and what we're going to talk about today is the Conor McGregor Trump story. Now, I know Conor McGregor isn't everybody's cup of tea, and I don't follow him a lot. I've seen him fight. He's obviously a good fighter and a good showman, and he's done some things in his past that I don't know a lot about. But I was thinking there's got to be something going on in Ireland for him to go and see the President of the United States and get a welcoming off the President of the United States. So I've been looking into it, and you will be amazed. So lots of vote rigging going to go on, and within 5 years, Ireland is going to be in a state where it's nothing like it is now. So let's get going. The content in this video is intended for comedic purposes only. The views expressed in this video are not to be taken as factual information or a representation of my personal beliefs. I am critically reviewing the info and videos I show as examples. Right, you will have seen this guy demonized on media last week and when he went to see Trump. And like I said, he's done some stuff in his past. Apparently, I don't know, has he been accused or has he been found guilty? I'm not sure. I haven't looked that far. But I knew there was something going on, so I thought I'd better have a look. And it's surprising what you find when you look. So in the next couple of weeks, the EU migration pact is coming into force in Ireland. And once that's in, you won't be able to stop it. And basically what that means is you've got to let 20,000 people, immigrants or migrants, into Ireland every year, or you have to pay £20,000 fine for each one you don't let in. Now let that sink in. That is a fact. So let's go and see. I asked AI about this. In Ireland, EU new migration pact, does Ireland have to accept 20,000 migrants per year or face fines off the EU? So this is off AI. I found it fantastic. I got to say, it puts all the sources below. So this stuff is right, people. You just got to ask it the right questions. Under the European Union's new Pact on Migration and Asylum, member states are required to participate in mandatory solidarity mechanism to manage asylum seekers. This mechanism does not obligate the country to accept a specific number of migrants annually. Instead, each member state has the flexibility to choose how it contributes. So these, like Ireland and England, they're deciding, well, not England now, but they were deciding, Ireland especially, to do this. They don't have to, but they're deciding to do it. They can opt out of it. 1. Relocation. Accepting asylum seekers relocated from other EU countries. 2. Financial contribution. Providing financial support in lieu of accepting relocated asylum seekers. The standard financial contribution is €20,000 for each asylum seeker a country opts not to accept. So there's the fine. Operational support, offering resources such as personnel or equipment to assist other member states in managing migration pressures. The approach ensures that all member states contribute to the EU's migration management, but they can select the method that aligns best with their national policies and capabilities. Therefore, Ireland is not mandated to accept 20,000 migrants per year. Instead, it can choose to fulfill its obligations through financial contributions or operation support if it prefers not to participate in relocation. But as you'll find out, it's decided to participate in relocation. It's important to note that while financial contribution is standardised at €20,000 per unaccepted asylum seeker, this is not a fine, but rather solidarity contribution. Oh, yeah. Non-compliance with the Pact's obligation could lead to infringement procedures initiated by the European Commission, which may result in penalties. So you have to pay as you get fined the same amount. Ireland has opted into this pact, and its participation means it will decide annually how to meet its solidarity obligations, whether through accepting relocated asylum seekers, providing financial contributions, or offering operational support. So basically, it's stuck. So then I asked them, what is going on really. So it's altering the voting in Ireland because there's only about 4.5 million voters in Ireland, not far off like Wales. So if you're bringing huge amounts of people into areas, some places, imagine there was a raider like where I live in Ireland, and Ballyhoonis, for example, they're bringing in people, nearly 50% of the population of that village, and in 5 years' time, they can vote, and they can be able to outvote the locals. It's vote rigging. So this is all true, people. So if it is not doubled, it's certainly altered the voting pattern that exists before. That's a fair point. Even without doubling of population, significant demographic changes, especially in smaller towns, can absolutely influence local voting patterns. In towns like Ballyhoonis or Edgeworthstown, where 30 to 37% of the population are non-Irish nationals, according to the 2022 census, the political landscape can shift. This might not be in how people vote, but also how in issues that become central to campaigns, immigration, housing, integration, local services. However, it's worth noting that non-Irish citizens' voting rights vary. Local elections, all residents, including non-EU citizens, can vote if they're living in Ireland. European Parliament elections, only EU citizens residing in Ireland can vote. National elections, only Irish and British citizens can vote. So migration can affect local elections, quite notably in towns where migrants settle in large numbers, because those are the elections they're eligible to vote in. Now remember, they're bringing in voters to help their side. So then I said, because you've got to be clever how to ask these questions. So I know after 5 years, anybody who comes into the UK illegally is a citizen. So I said, after 5 years, all the residents are citizens. So it will alter the democratics then. And AI has said exactly, and that's really important point. Listen to this. In Ireland, after 5 years of residency, many migrants can apply for naturalisation, and once they become Irish citizens, they gain full voting rights, including the right to vote in national elections. So while the initial impact is strongest at the local level, over time the national political landscape can shift too. In small towns where migrants make up significant portions of the population, you're absolutely right. As those residents naturalise, they don't just influence local representation, but can also the national policy direction through their votes. What adds another layer is that political parties may shift their platforms or outreach strategies to appeal to these new voters, especially in swing constituencies. So yes, while it may not be an overnight transformation, the demographic change becomes politically potent over a few election cycles. So that's only like a decade, really. Would you like to explore their projections? Now, this is just, You're correct that as non-Irish residents in Ireland naturalise and gain citizenship, their eligibility to vote in national elections can influence electoral, democratic and outcomes. However, precise projections of the number of naturalised citizens who will be eligible to vote in the next election are not readily available. This is due to variables such as number of individuals who choose to naturalise, the timing of the applications and the processing time involved. Political parties in Ireland are increasingly recognising the importance of engaging with migrant communities, for instance. The 2024 local elections saw a significant increase in the number of councillors from migrant backgrounds being elected, reflected a growing political integration of migrants within Irish society. Over 20 local councillors of migrant background were elected, more than doubling the number from the previous election. This suggests that political parties are likely to continue developing strategies to appeal to these communities, which may include policy proposals addressing issues pertinent to migrants and efforts to propose diversity within the ranks. While it is challenging to provide exact numbers, the trend indicates that as more migrants become naturalised citizens, their potential impact on national elections will grow. Political parties are unlikely to respond by further engaging are likely to respond by further engaging with these communities to understand and address their concerns, thereby influencing party strategies and policy platforms for future elections. It's vote rigging. Absolute vote rigging. Now look here, this is foreign-born population as a percentage of the total population in 2020. So in Ireland, 17.8% are foreign-born population. In the United Kingdom, 14% is foreign-born. And that was in 2020. And in the United States, it's 13.7%. So remember that Ireland there now, 17.8% is foreign-born. Ireland is experiencing notable demographic changes due to immigration, which are projected to influence the composition of its population in the coming decades. Below is a summary of these projections. So remember, projected population growth and immigration impact. Currently, population 2025, 5 million. Projected population by 2057, 7 million. So that'll be 2 million more migrants. Moderate migration scenario, 6.4. Low migration, 5.7 million. Contributions of net migration, 23 to 2057. Basically, 2 million or 1 million individuals. In Ireland, where there's only 5 million there now. So you get this? These projections indicate that depending on migration trends, immigrants could contribute between 35% to over 40% of Ireland's population by 2057. Naturalisation and voting eligibility. As of February 25, Ireland has granted citizenship to approximately 200,000 individuals since 2011. 5,000 new citizens naturalised in February 25 alone. Naturalised citizens gain full voting rights. This is vote rigging. Naturalisation and voting eligibility. Oh, there, I read that before. Conclusion, while comprehensive data on the exact number of naturalised citizens projected by 2030 is limited, the ongoing trend suggests a significant demographic shift influenced by immigration and naturalisation. These changes are expected to have implications for various aspects of Irish society, including the electoral landscape. Now, I did a short one on the UK, so we'll do another one of these again. But this is just a short bit here about the UK. The same things happen. Can you do the same for the UK? The United Kingdom has experienced significant demographic changes due to immigration, which are projected to continue influencing its population structure in the coming decades. Below is an overview of these projections. Projected population growth and immigration impact. Current population 2022, 67.6 million. Projected population by 2032, 72.5 million, making a 7.3% increase over 10 years. That's a huge amount. Now, if you know anything, you'll know that a 7% increase over 10 years is a double in time. So that doubles every 10 years. It's called a double in time. So if you have hit the 7% of anything, it means it doubles over 10 years. So that was not sustainable. Projected population by 2047, 76 million, reflecting a 13.2%. So 7 doubled is nearly 13. You see what I mean? It's a double in time. Anything at 7% over 10 years, that has the same percentage rise over 10 years, doubles. Net migration contribution, 22 to 32, 4.9 million people. So there's more people than is living in Wales now are coming into the UK by 2032. So there's only just over 3 million, I think it is, people living in Wales, and there's 4.9 people coming in from migration. It's unsustainable. Foreign-born population, 2021-22, 16% of the UK population. Approximately 10.7 million individuals were born abroad. projections, some studies suggest that by 2035, up to 25% of the UK population could be foreign born. Through these figures are subject to debate and depend on the future immigration policies and trends. So there we are, people. That is the truth about the subject. And what is happening, because I've done another thing on this, the populists are basically encouraging migration into countries so it can help their vote and remove our power in our own countries. And especially it's happening in Ireland now and England. So Ireland is basically on this turning point. If this carries on now, they're going to be a point where they can't decide anything. It'll be like Birmingham. That's what's going to happen. So please comment, rate and subscribe. All the best. Gaz.